Good morning, everyone. I hope this morning finds you well, or finds you present at the very least. And I'm really excited to be back with you and doing some mindfulness practices. So today what I have planned is I have some very, very simple, loving stretches for us to do. I don't know about you, but day 3 and I'm feeling a little cooped up, just really wanting to move a little bit. So I thought I would just get our day started with some very simple opening and closing stretches and some breathing exercises. So it'll be about 15 minutes and we'll get started in about 2 minutes just to see if anybody else wants to join live. And as per usual, once the live video is ended, I will post it on my page so that if you didn't have time this morning but you want to come back this afternoon, you can practice it again. I'm also posting these videos on Enso Theater's YouTube channel, and we're hoping to hit the 1,000 subscriber mark so that someday we can do these videos live from YouTube instead of having to do it through Facebook. So if you feel so inclined to like us on YouTube, that's not a thing, subscribe on YouTube, that would be awesome. That'd be super, super great, and it would also support Enso Theater, and yeah, that would mean a lot. As per usual, I have my tea today. May have noticed the trend. This is my favorite tea mug, so I drink from it just pretty much every morning, and it just brings me joy. Also should probably let you know that while we're stretching, there may be a cat. Bean is in here with me. She's currently up on the windowsill. But if there is a yoga cat, you just say, oh, hello Bean. I imagine that your lives do not exist in a vacuum. You may be practicing mindfulness with kids or other pets or your partner. So to me, practicing, I really like to show that you don't need to practice mindfulness in a vacuum. That in fact, it's a really good thing to practice mindfulness in your household with all your people, because it's a good reminder that ultimately the purpose of mindfulness is to keep you present in moments in your life, right? So yeah, so I just wanted to let you know, you may see my cat. That's kind of how we roll. Okay, so I'm going to take a quick sip, and then I will head back to the mat, and we will get started. So go ahead, and all you'll need for this practice is a cushion of some kind. So you'll see I have a meditation cushion, but a pillow works great. I meditated for a long time just on a pillow. I recommend taking that pillow and folding it in half, depending on what type of pillow it is, just so you have a little bit more height underneath your hips. And I also have a yoga mat, which I love, but you could also just use the bare floor or a towel. We're not going to be doing downward dog or anything like that today, so you won't need that grip for your hands. You can literally just do this anywhere. So yeah, so grab those things, take a sip of your tea, and let's do this. Ooh, alrighty then. Okay. So as per usual, we're going to get started with our candle. Again, the symbolism behind the candle is that we light it at the beginning of our mindfulness session to represent and acknowledge that we're taking time for ourselves. And it's a reminder to be patient and compassionate with yourself while we're practicing. And then at the end of the session, we will blow out the candle as a release of the good energy we've created during the session into the world. And it's that reminder that mindfulness practice is ultimately to serve other people by creating self-compassion for yourself. you are able to open up space and availability to support other people. So here's our candle. Okay, I'm going to grab my cushion. You can grab yours. I'm going to sit up a little bit. Beautiful. Okay, we're just going to start with 3 big deep breaths, the biggest breaths you've taken all day. And you can keep your hands wherever you want. They can be on your thighs like this. If you feel like you need a little more grounding today, you can turn your hands down. If you feel like you need a little more openness today, you can turn your hands up. I love to just keep my hands here, one hand in my heart center, one hand sort of over my belly center. Not sure if that's a thing. We'll just go with it. But anyway, this is a nice place for me, especially right now. I'm having a little bit of just congestion right now. So, big three, 3 big deep breaths in. I invite you to close your eyes or cast them downward. Here we go. Big inhale. Big exhale. Inhale all the way to the top. Exhale everything out. Inhale all the way to the top. Exhale everything out. And right here, without looking at the video, just notice where your mind is at today. Notice where your body is at today. And I encourage you to generate awareness and not judgment. Notice if your mind is like a ping pong ball. Maybe it's really caught up in the news or the things that you were going to do today, or your stress. And just notice it, allow it to be there. It's there, it is there, and it's okay that it's there. The emotions you're experiencing, the thoughts you're experiencing are separate from you. You are not your thoughts. You are not your emotions. You're not defined by them. They can exist, they're there. And if you notice any tension in your body, it can be really tempting to try and ooh, my shoulder feels tense. Let me work that out. I invite you to just let it be there. I invite you to just notice, I have some tension in my right shoulder. Okay, that's good to know. This practice is self-compassion for the whole. You are whole exactly as you are in this moment. Tension, stress, everything. And from here, wherever your hands are, we're going to take a big inhale and we're going to stretch them all the way out. It looks like this. Inhale. Big stretch out. Your eyes may glance up at the ceiling, and then exhale, we're going to come all the way back down. Little head shaking here. Your head is nice and curved. There should be a gentle curve in your spine, your pelvis coming forward a little bit. And then big inhale, stretch out. Exhale, release. Big inhale, stretch. Stretch, 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 stretch. Go even further, even further, even further. Go, 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 go. And exhale, release. Good. This time our hands are going to come directly up. So we're going to inhale and stretch up. Here we go. Inhale. Big, big, straight stretch up to the ceiling. Eyes go up to the ceiling, coming up out of your hips. Everything's up. Exhale all the way down. Again, that gentle curve in the spine, your pelvis tipping forward. It's like your forehead is trying to touch your pelvis. That's a weird image, but we're just going to go with it. Okay, great. And then big inhale up. And then big exhale, curve. Good, last one, big inhale up. Big exhale, curve. Do some gentle neck stretches here. Maybe a little gentle side to side, rolling motion. Just waking the muscles up. Treating them with kindness, active compassion. Beautiful. Great. Release that. Now you're going to move your cushion off to the side. Great. You're going to take your hands and they're going to spin to the left or right, depending on where you're at. Either side is totally fine. I'm going to go to the left. I'm going to plant my hands on the mat, and then I'm going to slowly unwind my body. Even the transition, even as we're transitioning, I'm moving with mindfulness, and I'm just trying to, I'm essentially putting my awareness inside my body. What does that mean? That's weird. So it's like I'm imagining that I've got like, okay, I have a really weird image that just came to mind, so we'll just go with it. Like Sauron's eye from Lord of the Rings, sort of like this big awareness eye, and I'm putting it in my body. So I'm like, okay, how's my thigh doing as I move through this transition, right? How's my left foot doing as I move through this transition? And lots of breath. So we're going to end up on all fours here. We won't be here for very long if your wrists are a little bit sensitive, and just this is for kindness, and we're not pushing anything, and you're probably by yourself in your house. So please don't try to make this like power yoga. We're not. That's not what we're here for. So just really gentle, really kind, little gentle back and forward motion here. And then from here, your right hand is going to reach in front of you. Big inhale. Exhale, release that back down. Inhale, left hand. Exhale, release that back down. Inhale, right foot reaches out. Exhale, comes back down. I'm actually kicking the wall. Inhale, left foot comes out. Exhale, comes all the way back in. Good. You can continue to do that, or if you would like to try something different, your right hand and your left foot are going to reach out at the same time. Inhale. Exhale, release. Inhale, your left hand and your right foot. Exhale, release. Great. That's it. Great. So now you're going to move your right knee in between your two hands and place your right foot down. Really important as we move into this runner's stretch here, or this low lunge, that your knee is directly above your ankle. So imagine that there is a ruler outside of you and that you're taking that straight edge and making sure that this is a nice straight line. And from here, we're going to take a big inhale in, and we're just going to gently, not push, we're just going to gently like lean into this gentle stretch. Ready? Inhale. And exhale. Continue. Inhale. Exhale. Good. And then you're going to plant your left hand on the ground. I was thinking about doing this the other direction so you can see me, but that's okay. You're going to just plant your left hand on the ground, and, your right hand on the ground, and your left hand is going to open to one side. Big inhale here, and exhale, release. Left hand plants, right hand opens. Inhale. Exhale, release. Really lovely. Good. This foot, with mindfulness, is going to move back into that all fours, and you're going to come back into a child's pose. So for this position, if you would like to have your knees, boop, 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 so you can see me, if you would like to have your knees closed for this position, that's great. My preference is to keep them open so that my belly can fall into that gap, but whatever feels good for you in this moment, back into child's pose, and release. Big inhale. Let something go. Oh, yeah. Let's do that one more time. Big inhale. Let something go. Good. Bring a little energy to your hands. Your hands are going to plant in front of you. You're going to push. You're going to push with the top of your feet into the mat, and you're going to propel yourself back into all fours. And your left foot is going to come in between your hands. And we're going to lean into that gentle, gentle stretch here. Big inhale. Big exhale. Big inhale. Big exhale. Good. Left hand plants, right hand opens. Exhale, release. Right hand plants, left hand opens. Exhale, release. And you're going to bring your leg back. Back to that all fours. And then back to our child's pose. Release. You can do a little sway here. Find something that feels lovely. You can spider crawl your hands further out and get an additional stretch here if you like. Anything here that feels good. That's the idea. As Yoga with Adrian says, find what feels good. Anyway, good. And you're going to come all the way back up. Beautiful. Back into your all fours. And then you're going to walk your hands back towards your knees until you're in a seated position. And then you're going to gently bring your bottom to one side of your legs. And swoo, hello. I'm knocking into my plant, so I'm going to go this way. Hello, everybody. Oh, no! Wow. Well, that was the most exciting. Holy smokes. Hi, everybody. Sorry about that. That was not particularly mindful. My phone, I have a very interesting setup with my phone. And it just fell from its perch. I'm really sorry about that. I'll get a better setup for next time for sure. Great. So let me get this so that we can just wrap up. Let's see. Big breath, right? It's like, yeah, shit happens sometimes. Sometimes your phone decides to go on an adventure when you're in the middle of a mindfulness class. And that's okay. It's all good. Okay, so I think I've got it reset up. So I think we should be good to finish. Thanks for your patience with that. Oh my goodness, so ridiculous. Okay, so you're going to grab that cushion again. Bring it back to center. Find yourself in a nice, comfortable seat upon it. You're going to take one hand to your heart. Big inhale. Big release. Gently bringing your mind back to the room, to right here, right now. I invite you to set one achievable, excuse me, I legit just burped, wow. I invite you to make one achievable goal today. Something that you can do within maybe the first 20 minutes of coming off of the mat. Here comes Bean. Hi, Bean. Hi, honey. And the reason for that is that it's easy when we set a mindfulness goal for ourselves. For me, at least, I find that it's really easy to forget almost as soon as I leave the mat. So I try to come up with something that's like, I can do this as soon as I'm done. Something very small. Something along the lines of, when I leave the mat today, I am not going to look at the news for 10 full minutes. Or when I look at the news, I'm going to make sure that I'm taking 3 deep breaths. So very specific, very small, very achievable. Just bringing the presence, your grounding practice, into the real world with you. Beautiful. Great. We are going to take our candle, and if you lit a candle with me, please feel free to blow it out with me as we release the good and frankly quirky, strange, wonderful energy of this particular mindfulness practice out into the world. But again, what a beautiful reminder that our grounding, our presence practice does not exist in a vacuum. You exist with the strange poster tacky setup that your phone is on as you're trying to help other people. You exist with your cat or your dog or your kids or your loved ones. And it's a good reminder that the imagery associated with, like, I'm going to go be a monk in the mountain somewhere all by myself, for most of us is not realistic. And that ultimately, that going off to a mountain somewhere is great, but it's only as powerful as what you bring back to the world and to society. So here we go. Big inhale in. Big exhale out. And my cat, my darling cat, is now trying to eat the fern again. So I'm going to go grab her. And if anybody has any comments, you can write them now. I will see them live, and I'll be able to answer them live. Let me grab Bean. Hi, honey. Don't eat the fern, please. My silly, silly lady. This is Bean. She was in my video yesterday, too. Oh, yeah, you're going to try to eat me. I know. Thanks so much for your patience with this particular one. I know it was kind of crazy. My phone literally fell from its very delicate perch. But it happens sometimes. So I'd love to know how you're feeling. I'm feeling stressed. It's hard. It's really hard right now. But I'm trying very much to see the stress as separate from me, that it's something that's present. It's definitely there, but it's not something that I have to grab onto. It can just be with me. So I love the analogy of you are driving the car. Don't let your panic or your stress drive the car. They can sit in the back seat. They are welcome to hang out back there and be there. But you make choices. You drive the car, not your panic, not your stress. Yeah, I hope this was grounding. I hope this was a moment of respite, and I hope that some element of it finds its way into your day today. That would be absolutely lovely. So thank you very much, and have a lovely rest of your day.